Hey team, how's it going? I'm Corey, back for another Sunday stream. Been a little bit. I was off last week for my sister's wedding, and I haven't been doing the midweek streams. I'm gonna get back to them for sure, but thanks for tuning in for another Sunday stream. We're gonna work on, I didn't pull up the GitHub page for it. We're gonna be working on our caching proxy CDN that we've been working on for a couple weeks now. And we're getting pretty far. So here's the GitHub repo that still needs a good README. That's actually the first item on my next steps list. So let's actually just read what happened in our last stream and go from there. If you are hanging out, please let me know how the music is. I'm gonna turn it down in my ears so I can hear myself a little bit better. And let me know if that's too quiet or too loud for you. But I think it's pretty good, hopefully. Okay, so what did we do on the last stream? This is going to be our 7th stream for Cache, our CDN caching proxy. So what did we do last time? Last time we got lightfs halt mode working. This was the last two puzzle pieces. The last two puzzle pieces were that we needed to use the open file descriptor variants of file locking, not just the file locking. And we need to keep the file descriptor open for the duration of the halt. If we close our file descriptor, we give up this halt lock. But now with both of those things, we can do reads and writes from any node in our cluster, which is awesome. This means that when a replica gets a request for something it wants to cache but doesn't have, it can use the halt to acquire a write lock and do its write to the database. Then it can release the lock, allowing other nodes to continue writing. This isn't recommended for write-heavy applications with lightfs, but for our case, I think it should be fine. We're not going to be writing a lot. It's really just the first time a resource is seen by any of our nodes, we're going to write it to the database. And it's going to be fun to stress test the halt functionality and see how fast we can make it. Or not how fast, but like how much throughput we can get out of it. What are the limits of this? So what are the next steps? What are we going to work on today? Well, one thing is to write an awesome README, but I'm going to move that down a bit because we're not going to do that today. And then we have some create endpoints to clear the file system cache, to clear the SQLite cache, and an endpoint to fetch any missing pages from the origin. And this is how we're going to populate our cache. More Rust, more furious. I like it, TCP stream. Thanks for hanging out and stopping by. So these three endpoints are going to be kind of like maintenance-y, kind of check what's going on. These first two are going to clear the caches, mostly for testing and debugging, but it's also good to have ways to clear the cache eventually. These are going to be currently going to be completely unauthenticated endpoints, so when if we realify this CDN, we might want to do something about that. And let's write that down now before I forget. Make underscore cache endpoints require some kind of authentication. I like having these underscore cache endpoints. These are like ones like this cashlist. They're like internal endpoints to the CDN. I really like having them. They're really useful to I have this list one to see what's in it. And let's pull that up. But I don't really want anyone to be able to do this, so this is going to slow.coreyja.com, which is one of the sites that's being proxied right now by Caje. Ooh, and I just noticed a TCP stream that you resubscribed. Thank you for that. That's awesome. Glad to have you here. So here's the response of the cashlist endpoint. You can see what entries we have. Ooh, and I need to remind myself which of these is which. One of these is the database and one of these is the file system. I believe entries is the file system. So these are things that are actually cached and are going to be returned immediately. Well, maybe we have the TTLs that we're going to add in there today. But the pages is ones from the database. And one thing that you notice is that there's no, we have duplicates here. So we're going to fix that as well. And let's add that to our to-do list. Make sure DB doesn't record duplicate pages. Yeah. And we're going to do that after we have a way to clear it so that we can empty it first, and then we'll have a way to record duplicate entries better. Awesome. Okay, so let's do some reordering of this, I believe. I like the order for the moment. We're going to do some clearing, then the thing that can fetch any missing pages. This will be best to do once we can clear the cache so that we can test it better. Duplicate entries, that makes sense. Move the cache populations to a separate process that runs in the background. I do like that, but I think we're going to put that a little farther down here. This one's pretty much just a getting ready. So I move the cache directory to somewhere persisted. That's like a getting it ready thing. It's pretty okay for testing if every time we deploy, we blow away the file system cache. I want this one to happen faster, so maybe we'll do this first. Before we get to creating new endpoints, we're gonna modify the list endpoint to return the TTL of pages already in the cache. I just think that'll be nice. Yeah, and then these other things in the middle, which I hope to get to today, but we will see, is moving some of the hard-coded proxy information to a config file. So if we look in our, right now we have these const, proxy from and proxy origin. This is the only site that our CDN knows how to handle. Hey, Backward Spy, thanks for stopping by. Subscribed for 11 months on a 10-month streak. Thanks for the support, Backward Spy, I love it. So this is the config information for our CDN, right? We can proxy from, this is what someone types in and what the DNS is, like this DNS for slow.coreyja.com actually points to cache, our CDN, and then it proxies to the real server for our, so slowserver.fly.dev, just on a normal fly.io dev domain, not a custom domain. But I want to move this to a config file, and then related to that, I want to be able to proxy multiple origins. So I don't just want one site, I want to be able to do this with multiple sites. So yeah, and then I think that's basically all of the items in our next steps list. So let's reorder the next steps. I do need to figure out those notifications because I feel like they come in twice. We get those twice most of the time. So that'll be something to figure out eventually. Okay, got that committed. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna make the cache list endpoint return a TTL of pages from the cache. So let's head over to where that's happening. Okay, so let's just scroll down a little bit. I'm looking for the list endpoint. There we go. Axum routing get admin list entries. Yeah, so this admin, which is anything that's underscore cache, we're gonna auth eventually, but we don't have that right now. So we'll check that out later. Admin list entries. Okay, right now we just get entries which are from the file system. So these are file system entries. Perfect. Oh, this is also file system entries. I just wanted that rename all the way through. Cool. Oh my gosh, we do it again. That's fine. This rename has to happen a few times then. File system entries. Okay, and then these are like DB pages or something. Yeah, let's call these DB pages. Awesome. Okay, and then response is, oh wow, we don't even have an HTML anything. That's why this is so simple. This is just a string. So do we have Maud here? I'm gonna go with we don't. Okay, that's my favorite HTML template thing at the moment, so I think we'll just pull that in. We're gonna cargo add Maud, which is this right here. It's a HTML template engine for Rust. Oh, and we want it with the Axum feature, because that's the web framework we're using. Boop. Okay, let's get rid of this warning. Some crates are on edition 21, which results to resolver 2, but virtual workspaces resolve to resolver 1. So I think I want to put this in my workspace root in this thing. Workspace, so it's in workspace, so I just want resolver equals 2. And now it's happy. Yay! Yay, getting rid of warnings. Okay. So we got Maud added. Let's just go up here and we're just gonna throw this template inline, I think. Let response equals HTML bang from Maud. I'm gonna do it with brackets instead. And what I could just do is basically this, but I think I want to do it a little different. HTML, yeah, I guess we can put things in a div. It's fine, I can just lay things on the DOM. That's pretty fine. Well, that's not what I wanted exactly, but it's okay. Where'd I go? Probably should put things in separate files too. That would probably be a good idea. Okay, I might need to look at their documentation real quick. Just to, yeah, okay, you just put strings inline. Awesome, okay. Except, so what I probably want to do is do like an 2 actually for file system entries. Or elements must be wrapped in braces. So an H2 that says file system, followed by a unordered list where for entry in file system entries, we do one of those. Perfect. And then we've got like an H2 for database, and we do an unordered list, and then for all the database pages, we print out one of those. Awesome. Don't need you anymore. Okay, perfect. So file system entries by the time we get down there is just some strings. That makes sense. These are just the keys. These might want to get some TTLs out of here if I can. I'll have to mess with that. That's going to be the next step. That's actually what we were supposed to be working on right now. Okay, let's run this. Okay, warnings. We can fix those in a sec. Okay, what port do I have you bound to? 3001. Localhost 3001. We can only proxy requests to the specified domain. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So we're gonna use paw to fake some headers for the moment. These are all going to the real one. Yep. So let's make a new group. Local. Nice. New request in here. The localhost 3001. And we're gonna need a header. We're gonna add the host header for slow.coreyja.com. And if we do that, yay! It proxied correctly. And so now I can do underscore cashlist. And we should see that there's nothing. Oh wait, in the file system. Oh, because the file system's probably been there for forever. Because I bet I have. Is there a temp here? I bet there's a temp here. Yeah. Remove it. No more temp. Now let's run this again. I kind of expect the file system to be cleared out now. Yay! Awesome. Okay. But this is rendering nicely. And so now if I were to duplicate this, boop, and I want to go to /fast, 1, 2, oh, no such file or directory. Oh, okay. Connection header illegal in HTTP2. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, file exists. Wait, so why did I get a... that's an interesting error. It like made the file, but then told me no such file or directory exists. That's interesting. There we go. Okay. Fast. Cache hit for fast. Okay, so that was in the cache. So this should now be in both. It didn't make it to the database. Oh, so the database is what I don't have. I see. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so no just file or directory. Yeah, so where do I have the database pointing to? Do I think there should be secrets here? No, I don't. But let's be careful. Secrets! Okay. There we go. Yeah, it's just the database path. You're more than fine to see this, team. Okay, so the database path. It should be here. Touch. Oh, this is gonna tell me I don't have a... No, it should, right? It's literally just database path. Isn't that supposed to make it now, or did I change that? Did I remove that in the latest version? Maybe I removed that in the latest version. We're gonna need to remove our temp though. RF temp, get rid of it again. Cargo run. Go back and check the list. We got nothing anywhere. Let's do fast, it's faster. 1, 2, no such file or directory. What are you talking about? That file, no. How did I break this? The database is just not, oh. Is it trying to, okay, I think I know what's going on. It's trying to do the halting. So what I need to find is the code from last time, which, man, this is just a big function. We should definitely clean this up. There we go, this. Okay. If there's a database path, yeah, then we just try to find the lock file. And what I really think I want is this just gets me the file. Does this try to open it? Oh, this has an unwrap in it. Got it. Okay. So let's stop unwrapping this. This is a result of file and something. I don't know what that something is. It's gonna make me do it, but yeah. Okay, and then I don't need that. Yeah, standard IO error. That's perfect there. Okay, so this though now returns a result. Because we try to open this file. We do actually have a create on it. So is that what's blowing up? It really shouldn't be what's blowing up actually, because like we should be able to create a file there without a problem. Yeah, no, we created that file. Yeah, that's not the problem. It is good to move that result out, but I don't actually think... Oh, it's looking for this lag file. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. This returns an option, or yeah, an option. Okay, so if let some parent, it can just be lag file. Oh no, it's parent. Equals. I don't want that though. Oh, this is just result. Yeah, okay, so then this can be blah blah blah. What do I want to do here? If we have a parent, we can move all of this into it. I don't need that at all. This can just be parent. Yep, okay, and then this is an else error of a... Okay, I want the error library that I'm using. Oh, I have this error right now. Oh yeah, that's fair. Is there a standard IO error new? Okay, yeah, kind. So standard IO error kind not found. Oh, cool. I can give it just a string. Lag file not found. Well, actually, that's the parent. I think the parent's gonna be found, in all honesty. Yeah. Can this be an into oh no, this is an option. Dot map error? No, I want the okay. Okay, or else this. Yeah, okay, or else takes a function that returns the error. Yep. Actually, does it return the full error? No, it returns the inner type of the error, which makes sense. So it's this. Except that message is wrong, but that's okay. And so then this really now I can make this an into diagnostic. That ends with that. We don't have this anymore. There we go. Okay. Into diagnostic. Oh, because I'm in LightFSRS right now where I don't have this error handling library. That makes sense. Okay. I don't need it because I'm already returning. This is the errors of the same type. Yeah. Parent is a path. Perfect. Lag file. This is where but I don't even need it because it's fine. Couldn't get parent directory database. I don't really think I'm ever gonna see that error. But what I wanted this to do, so this returns an error. I guess that's fine, right? I just don't want to into diagnostic this. So then this is more like an if let the lag is okay. Don't do either of those, none of that. If you have a lag, you can do this. Got lag from primary. Yes, this needs to be an into diagnostic with a question mark. That makes sense. If you can get the lag file, you do the lag file. You always do the halt regardless. We're gonna see if that works. And only if you have a database path. Okay, let's try that. Oh, I might have wanted to get rid of the thing. Okay, but I've only done fast, so I can do slow here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Flock error. Okay, perfect. So error number 25, -1. Okay, so I don't think this is implemented on my platform. So do I want to add another environment variable maybe that says skip halt or something? Or does LightFS add an environment variable when it's running? That would be nifty actually. Like if LightFS would give me a environment variable. No, I don't want it to evaluate. I want it to like, I want to know that I'm running under it, basically. I don't see that. But I can emulate it, right? I can totally do it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my lightfs file. And here's the command. So let's do lightfs equals true. And then run it. So now we have the lightfs environment variable. So this really becomes if lock file. Yep, and I need to hold on to this lock file. Okay, yep. If, can I just do this? Standard m var lightfs dot okay or something. Okay. Can I do that? Can I do a if like let combo-y thingamabobby? Is sum is what I wanted here. Is sum. Or is okay, I guess, because it's an option. Let expressions in this position are unstable. Dang. I was hoping that it was gonna not be the case. I want to click through to that. Now I can click through. If and while let chains take 2. Dang it. So I think the take 2 here is interesting because they did make it in eventually, but then I think they got pulled because of something. Okay, that's not the end of the world, just a little annoying. Turn this into a match, maybe. Let lock file equals a match on this and this. And if we match on true and some database path, that goes to a block with everything inside of it. Else get none. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. So if you have this environment variable, and actually I can just pattern match on this. I can just make this an okay of nothing. Like I don't care what the value is. So if we have this environment variable and we have this database path, then we try all of this. And I don't even know if I really want to do this anymore. I think this wants to be a into diagnostic with that because I want to always get lag now. Because I've said we're in light FS mode, so there should be lag. It wouldn't make sense to not have a lag anymore. Okay, which also means probably some of the refactoring I did inside the package isn't super needed because I stopped using it, but it's better not to have unwrapped. So I think we're good all around. Okay, I think we're good now. How's everyone's Sunday doing? How's everyone's October been? Feel like I haven't chatted with anyone or streamed in a while. Let's open Paw, that's where this is. Let's look at the list, should be empty. Nice and easy. Let's go with fast, because they're faster. 1, 2, hey! It worked! 38, and then if we keep refreshing, yay, that timestamp doesn't change, and then in a minute or two it will. Everything seems to be working. We have one file system entry and one database entry. How do I get multiple database entries? How does that happen? Because it's not doing it every time, but it might be like if I wait a minute, I wait for the cache headers to recycle, then I hit it again, I would get a duplicate. But anyways, this was all just refactoring. GCA. Oh, we don't want to commit this lock file. So let's go to our git ignore. And actually, this lock file though, I'm not even gonna make anymore. rmdb -lock. And I do think I'm just gonna put that in git ignore, though I really shouldn't hit it ever anymore. Okay, there we go. Let local work by not trying to do light FS stuff. Yes, we're just going to skip all of the light FS stuff if we don't have this environment variable set. And we're setting the environment variable before we run the thing through light FS. So now light FS gives us this environment variable basically, and we can use it to know whether we're running under light FS or not. Awesome. Okay, so let's get on to what we were supposed to be doing and making CashList return the TTL of pages in the cache. Okay, so in our CashList endpoint, let's organize a little bit. This, I want to put you in a public module called admin. Boop. And then sure, import some stuff for you. Import some stuff for you. Ooh. It's probably that one. Or macro. And this one, Yeah, from HTTP. Okay, the next thing that I want to do is extract module to file. Yay. Okay, that's better. Actually though, I might not have wanted that. Yeah, because what I think I want is a pub mod list that everything can go in. And then this one, I want to extract to a file. Perfect. This one, extract it to a file too, but it's nice and small. It just has list in it. Awesome. Okay. And then I can just call this like the route or something. And then here, let's move this above stuff. I think that's just because I was moving stuff around. I don't think that's true. Okay. It's admin list route. It's private. That's fine. We can change that. Pub async? I don't know. I never remember this. Yeah, pub async. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Now we have some organization. Now I have this admin list where just list stuff happens. Okay. So from the file system, let's look at that. What if we didn't do all of these translations right here? Yep, that one's fine. This one though. What if we didn't do that? And then this could be .key if we just want it to render. Perfect. So now this is exactly the same. So this is the metadata. This isn't even actually the thing that lists all the cache index entries. So what can I do with a metadata? Entry dot key metadata, size, time, integrity. So I think what I would want to do here is if I wanted to get the thing from the cache, I would need to, let's look at what's going on in our actual endpoint where I'm using this a little bit. So in the fallback, in proxy request, get potentially cached response. So we make our cache key, we read it, we get the response and request, we get the policy, we ask it if we can cache it, cache hit but stale. Yep. Okay, so one of these feels like it should know like a TTL. Policy dot age? Is there like a time to live? Yes. Okay, so I want to get the policy. From really like from a key. And what do I return though? I return the response. Like this is just do all of it, but I want to pull out a little bit of it. So I want like an async function called get policy from cache. And this takes a key, which is a string, and returns probably a result of a policy. I'm not sure if cache policy is right though. Oh, it's a, yeah, cache policy. Yeah, HTTP cache semantics, cache policy. To do it just for now, make the compiler happy. Cool. Okay, so well, something like this. If let cached how do I, where's the, oh, so if it's stale, we keep going. Got it. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Okay, so, cached. Oh, didn't pull far enough out. This. So this is cached from the cache key, or from the cache directory. We use the key, could not, I think that's read from cache. Context. So is it just that though? Is that all I needed? Yeah. Okay. So we read from the cache. We try to decode the cached, get the request and the response from the policy. We give them both of those with a default there. Okay, and then this, I just want to return policy at the moment. Oh. Okay, I guess it makes sense then, because I don't like wrapping that. I like doing it this way. Cool. Cool, get policy from cache. Okay, so then now I can replace let policy equals get policy, get policy from CashKey dot await dot into, wait, this returns an async thing? Does it need to? Yep, there's an await there. Perfect. Get policy from cache, yep. This is CashKey, that's why it's confused. What? Oh, okay, it's not that exciting. The error message just wasn't helpful to me. Into diagnostic. Oh, it already is one. I'm going from my code to my code, so I don't need into diagnostic. It already is that. Perfect. But policy, yeah, because there might not be a policy. And if there's not a policy, then we want to skip this. So I actually don't want that. If policy, policy. Oh, but I don't know if I need, I feel like I need more than policy, but let's find out. Can I get it from the policy? No. So I need the response as well. Okay, so can I have it just return a tuple of cache policy and response? Policy and response. That's just response. One of these types of responses. Typo. There we go. Oh yeah, okay. Policy and response. Policy and ooh, that might be it. We might be good. Nice. Cargo run. Nice. Awesome. Okay. Oh, because we're not done yet. That's just gonna get us the policy. So now I have a vec. Yeah, okay, so I really just want the TTL, right? So then let's just do it inline. It's fine. Let's try it out. Dot space ETL colon space dot other thing. Yeah. Get policy from cache at entry dot key dot await. Oh wait, can I await in here? That's a great question. Time to live. Oof, that's a call. That closes that. That closes that. Those look at least closed to me. Is it these periods that it doesn't like though? It feels like it might be. Yep. Okay, can't find function. That's fine. Import it. For duration. Okay, yeah. Dot toString. Dot TTL seconds. Expected one. Wait, what? Time to live? Oh, it takes a now. Okay. Now. I don't know. Find it. That didn't work great, but that's okay. I feel like there's a now somewhere here that I use. System time now. Yeah, that's easy. Sure. System time. Entry.key. What do you... Oh, I found a string. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's a struct, so it's owned. Cool. So let's actually rm our temp directory. Now let's cargo run it. Oops. Okay. List. Nothing. We got something in the database, but nothing on the file system. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. There we go. Go back to our list. There we go. TTL 57 seconds. We hit it again. We get 53 seconds. Hell yeah, it's working great. Awesome. Okay, let's check off that item. Plan. Replace that with an X. Have I just been deleting them? I guess so. No, we'll move them with the checkboxes. I like that. I didn't do that for all the streams, but I like that. So, awesome. Get TTL added to admin list endpoint. Perfect. Create an endpoint to clear the file system cache. Okay, we can do that. To clear the file system cache. Okay, so we're gonna make a pub mod clear file system. Create it there. Awesome. It's gonna take something like this. Except it doesn't really need the database pool. This is just clearing the file system cache. So let's make it to do. Nice. Okay, so oh, it's not. That's what it didn't like. Okay, perfect. Type annotations needed. For what? Oh, it doesn't know what this into response is because I have it to do. Yeah, that makes sense a bit. Okay, but let's go to main. Let's add this route. So clear FS. Clear file system. That'll work for me, I think. Clear FS route. Perfect. Yeah, it just doesn't know what we're doing, which is fine. I don't actually know. And actually, this maybe doesn't. Maybe this is a post, right? Maybe you have to hit this as like a. Yeah, I think you hit that as a post. That makes the most sense to me. And then maybe it can like return an OK of redirect. Yeah, temporary to underscore cache list. Cool. This has the same behavior as redirect, except it returns. Oh. So no, I want redirect to. Because I don't want to preserve the body, or actually, what I really don't want to preserve is the method, right? Because we're going to post to this, and I want to do a get to list, so it's a redirect to. Okay, let's just test that. Cool. Let's duplicate you. Make this a post. Clear FS. Go. 303C other. Perfect. And I bet there's a way to tell it to follow redirects. Boop. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. We're doing great. This is awesome. Okay, so what do I want it to do here now, though? I want to clear that, so let's just look up the docs for this. We're using cache as our caching library here, so let's just read their docs. Is there like a clear? There is. Remove the contents of cache, including temporary files, the entry index, and all content data. It's just something like this. It's gonna be nice and easy. This is awesome. Okay, this is cachester. This then is an into diagnostic. Dot map error. E.toString. There we go. Okay. So now if I run this, yeah, these endpoints are nice and easy. Love that. Just had to get to them. Okay. Do we have anything in the file system cache? We do. It's expired, but that's fine. Let's unexpire it. 1 Mississippi 2. Perfect. And now it's cached. Look at that. We hit list and we can see it. We hit clear FS and it's gone. Perfect. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. That was easy. Add endpoint to clear file system cache. And now we're gonna add plan. Perfect. Amend, no edit. We're just gonna add that to last commit, and now we're gonna clear the SQLite cache. Perfect. Let's just literally duplicate this file. Clear DB. Does it make sense? Does clear DB also want to clear the file system? No. No, I don't think it wants to or needs to. It's fine to not. Okay, so this one needs a database pool, which means it needs to do some imports. We're not going to be doing this, but we're going to be doing, I don't know, let's just look at how I do things. Something like this. Whee! Did I edit this one? Of course I did. This one doesn't want any of this. This one wants all of that stuff. Okay. Database pool. And then it wants something with a database query. It's not this database query at all, but how do I, you know what state is? What's going on? Oh, do I not have this added here? That's why. Hub mod clear DB. There we go. Now clear DB knows it's a thing and it knows that it wants to import all these things. Don't need cachester anymore. Query. I think I just even want like a execute DB pool. SQL X Rust. Really felt like there was just an execute. Yeah, execute. But that's, yeah, query and execute. Yeah, okay. The method execute does not exist for map in the current scope. Does it need a thing? That's connection.execute, and that's query, but not query bang execute. Fetch all. Okay. Usage. Okay. Docs. Query bang. Macro. None. Execute. Yeah. Is it just the, is it, oh. This could really just be truncate. Cargo SQL prepare. I don't have a database URL set. Am I supposed to have one set? It feels like I should have one set. Database URL. Will that work? Database URL. Oh, it's because I can't spell echo. Hey, that's nice. Okay, so now does it know what to do here? Maybe this does at least though. Oh. SQLite truncate. I don't need to, I can just do a delete all, but I assumed truncate was a thing. Delete from. Does not have an explicit truncate. That's fine, I didn't need it, I just assumed it did. Delete from. Yeah, I don't know why that doesn't set nicely. There we go. Nice. So now we just delete everything from the database and redirect over here. Cargo run. Okay. List has some stuff in the database. Let's duplicate you. Clear DB. Post. 404 not found. Oh yeah, because I probably didn't wire it up. Yep, didn't wire it up. Route. Underscore. Oh. That. Clear DB. Okay, let's try that again. I think this will do it though. Hit our list endpoint again. They're all still there. Hit the clear database. Perfect. Awesome. So like eventually these might want to be more API and not just redirect you to the list endpoint, but for now these are working perfectly. Awesome. So we have a thing to clear the file system, or both of them actually. We have endpoints to clear the file system cache and the SQLite cache. So now I want to create an endpoint to fetch any missing pages from the origin, and this will be used to populate the cache. Yeah, so let's do that. Add clear DB route. Perfect. Let's reorder this. I want to make sure the database doesn't record duplicate entries first. Let's do that right now. Okay, so that's going to be in the proxy request thing. So it's basically going to be right around the insert. Basically, I can probably just search for insert. There we go. Insert into pages. Let existing DB entry equals SQLX query bang Select star from pages where method and URL. Fetch optional. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so then if existing db entry that is none, then we do the insert. Let's do prepare. There we go. Well, that was easy. Cargo run. Okay. Hit our list endpoint. Nothing. Let's get fast in that cat. 1, 2. There we go. It's in both. Let's clear the file system. Now it's only in the database. And let's hit fast again. 1, 2. Perfect. And look at that. We only have one database entry. Awesome. And we can just do this again. Boop. Boop. And hit fast. 1, 2. Now it's cached. List. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. Man, we're knocking through items now. No more dupe DB entries. Perfect. Create an endpoint to fetch any missing pages from the origin. Yeah, let's do that. Now let's go to where we have routes. Even farther. Even farther. Okay. So let's make a route for... Oh, it's not halt. That's fine though. We're gonna call it populate. Populate. Yep, I know you don't exist. That's fine. Admin. Hub. Mod. Populate. Create that module. Okay, let's copy one of these. Does populate? Yeah, populate's gonna need a database for sure. Do. And let's grab some stuff. Import. 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 Yeah, okay. And then what do I want to do at the end here? Do I want to just go back to list? Yeah, let's just go back to list at the moment. It's easy. So that's what we do at the end. Fine. Yay, okay. Let db pages equals... Yep. Yep. Oh, come on. Yes. 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 Aha, perfect. Import it. Awesome. Okay, so we have db pages. For page in db pages. We'll delete from pages. No. Let policy. Get policy. Yeah, okay, but that's not quite right because I need to make the cache key. What does my cache key look like? Yeah, well, if you can't spell cache right, you're definitely not going to find what you're looking for, or key. There we go, it's this. Can I just like move you to a function? No, I can inline macro though, which is definitely not what I want. Public function cache key. Yeah, it's like really not exciting. I just don't want to have to think about it in multiple places. Method URL. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Reference to you and a reference to you. Yeah, Copilot just wrote that better. Love it. Okay, so now over here in populate, what is db pages? Is a vec of a record. But what if I just tell it I want method and URL? Yep. db pages of nothing? Oh, well, it's something I see. Probably just that that's not liking it. Oh, yeah, okay, well, it didn't compile, which is fine, but makes this hard to test. Oh, oh, so now that's not, now that doesn't even come up there because it's unused? That's interesting. But what are you? It's a nothing. Okay. Okay, well, this is a record. Page.ur, yeah, okay. Let key equals CashKey of page.method and page.url. Argues with expected method and URI, found string and string. Oh, yeah, okay. Impl into string. Impl display. That might be what I want actually. There we go, perfect. And now that should, yeah, perfect. Get policy from cache. This is just a reference to key. Perfect. Okay. And that's usually isn't policy. This is policy and response bytes. Yeah, this unwrap is, no, we don't know we have a policy. Yeah, okay. No unwrapping. If let, okay, well, this is not, I don't, no. If it's okay, then we're gonna do some stuff. So if it's okay, then I want to get the time to live. It's really gonna be most of the same stuff that's in here, right? So once we get the policy, we do this. Yep, okay, so it's really gonna be similar to these two things. So if can cache, oh, this is request. Okay. I don't need that though. Because I'm just gonna look at time to live. Yeah, I can just look at time to live. This can be, let's just grab a now. Let now equals system time now. Oh, hey, I missed the raid. Sorry about that, team, but thanks for raiding Mod Prog. And hey, Justice and Mod Prog, thanks for stopping by. We are working on a rush caching proxy. And we're making good progress. This is the 7th stream. Man, that's a lot of streams on this one now. But we're making pretty good progress here. Does this take an actual time? Dang it, I'm not gonna be able to. Are these clone or copy? Yeah, they are copy. Perfect. Okay. Oh, go have dinner. Definitely, Mod Prog. Thanks for the raid. I totally understand needing to head out after a stream and raid, so no problem. Thanks for the raid and have a good dinner. Okay. Okay, so what we are doing right now, for people who might have just joined, is let's actually look. What are we doing? Create an endpoint to fetch any missing pages from the origin. Yeah, okay, so we have this CDN caching proxy, and it stores things in 2 places right now. We have a database that's shared between nodes, and then we have the file system, which is unique to each node. So when a node of our CDN it gets a request for a page it doesn't know about, it does 2 things. One, it fetches it from the origin and writes it to the file system, so we have it locally cached. And it also writes to this database that's shared between all the nodes to let all the nodes know that this new page exists. We're now writing an endpoint that's going to look through the database on a node. It's going to like on a single node. It's going to look through the database, find pages that it doesn't have in its file system, and request them so that then they're on the file system ready to go. And this is what's going to kind of take this from a caching proxy to a CDN in my mind. If this right now it's going to be an endpoint that's populated when we ask it to, but eventually we'll move that to like some kind of cronny thing. And once we're doing that, then if one node knows about a page, all of the nodes are going to know about the page and have it cached to their file system locally. And the cool part there is then it'll be ready, right? So if one region gets a page request, it'll then be ready in all the regions really quickly, and somewhat quickly, depending on how often we're doing this populate. So that is what we're gonna be working on right now. So what we're working on now is right now it's a route. So we're gonna hit this special populate route. It's gonna look up all of the pages in our database. And then for each of them, we're writing the logic now. So if you have something in your file system cache, we're gonna check its TTL and make sure that it like has time to live. And if it doesn't, we'll request it again, or if it doesn't have a policy, we will request it again. Awesome. Okay, so then now we have our TTL. If TTL dot is 0, so if the time to live is 0, what do we want to do? I think it's more the opposite. If it's not 0, oh wait, no, this can just be, if it's not 0, we can just like continue our loop. Yep, it continues this for loop. Yeah. And then in either the case where the time to live, wait a second. If the time, I have to run, if the time to live is not 0, we're continuing. Yeah, because if the time to live is 0, that means we need to refetch it. But if it's not 0, we can skip this page and keep going. Okay, but now we assume that we need to, this is where we assume we need to populate the cache. Using some kind of distributed database like etc.d. So we're using LightFS, which is a distributed SQLite for the distributed database. Yeah, we'll go to that config reference. So it's made by the people behind Fly.io, or they hired the guy who made LightFS. And so it's a distributed SQLite, which is really cool because I love SQLite recently. It's just a file, it's nice and easy to manage. And it's pretty cool that LightFS lets me do a distributed SQLite. And on the last stream, which is on my YouTube if you want to check it out, we got their halt mode working, which I don't even think they have great on their docs, but the halt mode lets you write from any node. So if a non-primary, like a replica node, wants to do a write, it can issue this halt command, do the write, and then that forwards it to the primary, make sure the primary is up to date, and then releases that halt lock. So it's not going to be super fast, but I think for our use case, it's going to be perfect. And so far it's working. We got the halt mode working on last stream, and now we're just working on like some nice little helpers, getting things wired up. But I'm really enjoying LightFS. It's been fun to play with. Has anyone had experience with LightFS? Just curious. Okay, so if you either have a TTL that's 0 or you don't have anything in the file system at all, here's when we need to like do the request. Perfect. Okay, so this is building up the proxy URL. And see, the thing here that's interesting is it like does it with, so this code is for when you're actually proxying a request, and it forwards all the headers along as well. But I don't think that's exactly what we're gonna want to do because we don't have those, and we also don't have a body. So here's where there's some interesting things. Right now, I think we're just trying to proxy literally every request. Is that true? Yeah, like we could even both cache and proxy a post. Let's if policy is some and time to live is 0, continue. I like that a little bit because nothing's going on here, right? Okay, yeah, Yeah. So your suggestion is to get rid of this bad boy. We're gonna do something more like a if policy.isSum. Yep. Policy.isSum. And I actually don't know if I knew about isSum and. That's nifty. Because now we can take a thing that takes a policy, right? That's how this goes. Oh, is it still nightly? Maybe. Well, let's find out in just a second. Not sure. Let's see. Copilot just did a thing. It did way too much though. No method is some and. Yeah, it might be nightly only. Oh, I'm on a result. So I could turn this into, but they're probably the same thing. Yeah, is okay and exactly. So does it exist or do I? Okay, cool. And then this is a tuple. Yep, which your code was correct. I just wasn't following that correctly. Nice. Policy is okay, and the time to live is not 0. Love it. That's definitely better. I might have turned that into a match. Oh no, that wouldn't have turned into a match because I needed the nesting to grab policy up. No, that's perfect. Love it. I really want stabilized in 170. Oh, perfect. And we're definitely on that. We're on 172. Perfect. So that's actually kind of a few versions ago. I'm really wanting the let I could have done let okay. And I'm really excited for that to stabilize. I know it stabilized once, or I think it did. And it got pulled, but I'm excited for that to stabilize. Oh, but this is definitely better. Thank you, Justice. That was a good call. Nice and easy, or a nice and clean refactor there. Why are I thought my SQLX files were get ignored. Do I think they're going in a different spot? Oh, they're not get ignored. That's the whole point of this thing. Is that they get committed to Git. I was just being silly. Okay. Oh, I'm not on. I can be in 10 seconds. I forgot that there was a new release that I wasn't on yet. Let's install some new Rust C. No reason to be on an old Rust C. Thanks for coming by and hanging out, everyone. It's always fun to have people to chat with, and you're helping me out a lot. For me, updating within the IDE always breaks because Rust Analyzer is still using files. Well, more than 10 seconds, I think. Yeah, that's fair. It'll take, it wasn't too bad. 36 seconds? That's not awful. I'll take the 36 seconds. Yeah, 73. Perfect. I saw 75 and I'm like, wait, am I that behind? But that's the nightly. That makes sense. Cool. Awesome. Okay, and actually, so I think when I let's check that out. I kind of think that I'm not doing anything great here. Yeah. So whenever I deploy, I was just gonna use latest no matter what, cause why not? So good to be on the latest locally. What's in 75 that you're excited for? I usually read the release notes when they come out, but I haven't been great at keeping up top with what's coming out in new ones. So what's exciting about 75? Oh, return position in. Oh man, I know what that stands for. Return position infiltrate in trait. I'm not actually sure if I got all that right, but I totally know what you're talking about. And async trait functions. Oh, that is exciting. Yeah, I'm excited for 75 too then. Isn't it still beta in 75 and 76? And 77 will stabilize async function traits and return. Oh, okay, gotcha. So I'm not positive when it'll come out, but close. I'm excited for that as well, for sure. Yeah, that'll be really nice to have that and not need the async trait crate. I think that's what it was called. It was merged 1 day ago. Okay, well, if it was merged, then we're getting that's, you know, steps in the right direction for sure. Okay, so now I'm getting back to this and like I think I'm just gonna cache one without a body. And maybe I only want to do this if it's a get or something. Like, because if it's a post, I I kind of assume I would need a body. Caching post is always just a little bit of a weird thing, but I haven't, like, dealt with it yet because I'm using the what is the crate called? Because I'm using HTTP cache semantics. So this is doing like the should I cache or not for me, and I don't actually know what this says about like posts. Yeah, so I think it really all has to do with the headers. So I think if you say a post is cacheable, this thing will tell you that's good to go, and I will then also tell you that's good to go because I don't specify anything else. So if your headers say you can cache a post, I'm gonna cache a post, which is a little interesting, but like that seems okay. Ooh, releases.rs for tracking stuff. I'm not sure I knew that site. That's definitely one to remember. Here, let me pull that up. Oh. Oh, that's really nifty. Ongoing stabilizations, and then I can just click and see what's in each of these. Oh, that's super nifty. Thank you for that site. So chew away is 75, not 77. Oh, you're right. Somehow calculated from nightly. Okay, so yeah, so 75 then. Is that, does it say that here? Yeah, stabilize async function and return position infiltrate in trait. That also means I got the return position infiltrate in trait right. I love that. Ooh, I'm excited for 77. So that means it's on nightly now. Ooh, and look at that. It'll be a Christmas present for all of us. Or, you know, close enough. December 28th, 2023 is when this will be stable. Love it. That's exciting. And also, releases.rs is a great site. Love that. Okay, so we're just gonna do it, right? So like, let the URL, well, I already have a URL. Path. Why do I want a path? Oh, because I need to change the URL. Yeah, that does make sense. Path equals URL. I think I need to make a URL from this, like URL. Is there like a new method? Is there a parse method? First of all, I don't even think it knows what URL means right now. Do I want request URL? Oh, it's URI. Yeah, that makes more sense. It's always URI. Oh, that was weird. I thought I did this import. Okay, yeah, there we go. Can I new, like, how do I make a URI? What nation gets all the revenue from the RS? Serbia is the RS TLD. There might be an into impl. Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out, and I didn't. I was just gonna pull up docs in a second. Oh, what? Don't I have URL? Oh, page dot. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Can I just do that? Oh, into doesn't do that. Of course not. Okay, let's just dock it. HTTP URI rust. Oops, that'll work. Okay. Parse. Parse it into a URI. That makes sense. Yay. But it's a result. So I don't know. Let's just do the easy thing. Oh, dot map error toString. There we go. Okay. Yay. Nope, because the T is on the trait. Yeah, I always forget about that with the into. I always forget where the thing is, right? Where the generic is. But yeah, it's on the trait, so that doesn't work with the into. But parse is fine. That's exactly what I needed there. Okay. So now I've got my path. Takes a long time to get the path out of there, but that's okay. You should set up error handler for anyhow errors in Axum. Yeah, I should. And I'm actually not using anyhow, but it's basically the same. I'm using might, which is like inspired by anyhow slash like maybe a fork. But essentially the same thing. And yes, I should. They might even already have something that I just like need to add the feature. I don't remember. It doesn't look like it, but I should do it for sure. I'm just being lazy. And then local docs, so you can look up trait implementations and implementers across trait crate boundaries. And yeah, right, I would default to anyhow too, because it's the more common. I know I'm switching between messages, but using the docs open, yeah, I guess that's true, right? And then I'm gonna get the correct versions too, and I don't have to do version games. That's probably a good call. Ooh, wait, what's the pronunciation? My et t? Is there a pronunciation guide right here? No, but that's okay. So not might, like I'm pronouncing it. French. Ah, there we go. Yeah. Mayette? 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 I need the little like Englishy lettery things. I've been calling it might for so long it's gonna hurt my muscle memory, but that does make sense. Yeah, is probably better. Better. Okay, I'll try that. Mayette. Mayette? Mayette. We're gonna go with that, maybe? Tell me if I'm still wrong, which is totally fine. I'm not good at pronunciation, so please correct me. I just don't need you. Proxy origin domain, sure, grab that. Yeah. Whatever. Oh, and this is where I really should do the map error. And actually, is it just because I'm telling it this string here? I might just be able to do a report. If I just tell you that it's a report here. Oh, now I'm getting use of unstable library feature. What's the library feature I'm using? Error reporter. Oh, okay. Wait, is this a different report type than I meant for it to be? Yeah, it is. I thought this was a report from might though. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It just didn't import nicely, which is weird. Oh, and I definitely pronounced it wrong there. There we go. I've always pronounced it my et. Let's do the error handler first. You imported the stand. Yeah, you figured it out a little bit. You beat me to it. Oh my gosh, I didn't even have to do anything. All I had to do was just like write less code. Yeah, I was just like writing more code just to make my life harder. Just don't move those. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so do you leave debug handler on all the time? I haven't in the past, but I don't ever, like, I never knew whether that was like a good thing or not, right? Isn't that it? Is that not exactly how it goes? I have it in, oh, it's in Axum macros, that makes sense. Do you just leave it on most of the time then, basically? Oh, and now it's telling me that this doesn't implement that, which does make sense. But is there something that I can do? But this can't have might, right? It has to be in a might feature, or mayette feature flag, right? First 30 seconds for might. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I'll check out that later for Axum routes. And you just leave it on? Okay, cool. Thank you both. You're being so helpful. I love it. And this was helpful because now it's telling me that this doesn't implement. So that's why I was doing it before, was because it doesn't. But they're like, feels like, let's do the error handler first. Yeah. But I need it to impl into response. But if it just doesn't, then I'm like just a little screwed, right? Like I can't implement it because I don't own the trait or the struct. So I need someone else to implement it for me. Or am I missing something? You can give me a sec. Okay, cool. Oh, it's originally a meme about a cat? Oh man, I'm definitely gonna have to watch that video here. I'm gonna even copy this link and save it somewhere. Copy link address, perfect. I don't always like pulling up videos on stream just because they can be a lot.
Ruse my cat from my lap to do something else. My cat. Father is evil? Father is unyielding? Father is incapable of love? I am running away. I am packing my little rucksack and going out to explore the world as a lone vagabond. I can no longer thrive in this household. The spiritual successor to Miette.
Miette, there we go.
Lightly touching Miette with the side of my foot. Miette, move out of the way, please, so I don't trip on you. Miette, her eyes enormous. You kick Miette? You kick her body like the football? Oh, jail for mother! Jail for mother for 1,000 years!
That was also a very good dub of that. And let's go back just a bit so I can hear the name one more time.
Lightly touching Miette with the side of my foot.
Miette. Miette. Okay, perfect. Love that. I'm gonna click your link. I know you said it's wrong, but I'm gonna click it anyways. So this is about adding fallible middleware. Okay, cool. And that's just different, but we like that too. Yeah, see, and they're making these strings. Hee hee hee. Run extractors for error handling. Oh, is that maybe what I'm gonna want? An extractor for error handling? Doesn't really sound quite right. Timeout will produce an error if the handler takes too long, so we must handle those. Yeah, I'm not sure that one's right either, but I know you know it's the wrong link, so. But now I'm just curious and reading. Instead of a direct status code for see these examples, yeah, so there's an anyhow one for application specific. So maybe I want look something like the anyhow one. Try thing. Make your own error that wraps anyhow error. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, we made it to the same spot. Oh, I didn't even see you posted the right link. Sorry about that. I wasn't paying attention. Good thing we made it to the same spot. Okay, so this is the bit. So it's the into plus the into response. So what you return from your handler doesn't necessarily have to implement into response directly, but it must be something that you can into something that returns into response. Okay, that's nifty. Let's do that. Okay. So like, I want a public, I don't know if I need it to be public here, a struct wrapped error, which wraps a Miette, I'm getting better at it, which wraps a Miette report. And then I'm gonna impl into response for our wrapped error. And you can just implement the missing members for me. And I think I'm just gonna do the really easy thing of, oh, that's kind of cool. Do I want that? Wait, what macro is this? This is a trace? I don't think I want that. I don't think that's what I want. Let error equals self dot toString wrapped error doesn't. Oh yeah, that is the .0. That's what you were doing for me, Copilot. I wasn't paying attention to that. Yay. Oh, no problem. I had the new type implementing that bit I was following, but I was definitely missing the into with the generic T. That's the part that I was not figuring out how to do at all. You want to trace if you're already using tracing so you can get logs too, not just responses. That is fair. That does make sense that I probably do want a trace as well. I would add a tracer debug. Okay, yeah, let's add one of those in a sec then. Let me get this just copied over though before we do that. And I think I have tracing set up for this. And if not, we'll set up tracing. Oh, I have tracing. Perfect. I just saw it down below. I didn't call this. I called it a wrapped error. And this is gonna be my Miette. report. Oh. There we go. I think Axum has it as a feature, but they're both by the same people, I believe, right? Like, so it has good support, but I don't think it's by default. But let's see what's in my cargo file. Axum. Oh no, by default. Or no. Axum doesn't do any reporting by default though, right? And so I'm not getting anything for free from Axum. I think I would need something specific. I've used a service layer before, from HTTP, like Tower HTTP. Tower HTTP has a tracing layer I've used before, but I don't have it plugged in now. Probably should plug it in, but not yet. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm getting the full free profiling stuff, but I definitely think there's some hooks I could throw in. I'm not positive if I'm getting it for free. I have some other Axum services that I could steal code from that would give me a little better information here, I think. Did this ever make this happy? Okay, so this isn't this. Wait, is it? I think it is in their example, right? Oh, the handler returns app error. Yep. Which makes sense. And it's actually the question mark that is turning it into the into. That's the last bit that I wasn't following right away. It's the question mark that does the into to make it to the right return type. Hey, look at that. We can do wrapping errors now. I think some tracing is inside Axum, but I don't think it logs requests. The tower layer you need for that, I think. Okay, so maybe that's what I've done before, right? It might just not add requests, but it does give me some underlying stuff. That would make sense, right? It would make, because towers by, or Axum is by the Tokyo people who I think also do tracing. Yeah, so it makes sense that they're all wrapped up relatively nicely. And actually, let's just Google it here. Does it have... This means Axum gets tracing, compression, authorization, and more for free. It also enables you to share middleware with these things. So I think maybe the tracing is even lower level than Axum, but I'm not positive about that. But either way, it's definitely nice to get some stuff for free. Oh, it is a feature flag in Axum. Is it tracing? I bet it's just tracing. Yep. Cool. There we go. Now I have some tracing stuff included. Yay! Trace for tower. Do I have tower as an explicit dependency right now? I don't think I do, because I don't think I'm using any yeah, I'm not using anything at the moment. I'll add that if I need it. Ooh, dash capital F. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. That'll be nice. Typing out features is just a little longer than I need it to be for sure. I'm just copy pasting code right now, and I really shouldn't. I should do something better. But you know, copy paste is easy, and we'll clean this up eventually. Method. That's like page.method. Except it's not the right thing, right? Can I like into it? Oh, I doubt I can into it because there's no way I can go from a string to a method nicely. Can I parse into it? And then like unwrap or something. Yeah, I can. Cool. This probably shouldn't be an unwrap. It should be an into diagnostic. Cool. Okay. Headers and body. We're not doing those. Cool. Origin response is good to go. Ouch, that looks awful. Just my big main file. That's just a mess of like 400 lines. Yeah, it's a great time. It's a great time. Oh, the unwrap. Okay, yeah, I took it away pretty quickly then. At least that awfulness didn't survive too long. But to the part that you weren't saying, my main file is also pretty awful. I pulled a few things out of it on stream today, but not nearly enough to make it look better. I don't think inner cached response. Do I need that? What is this? This is my thing, right? Yeah, I'm gonna need that. Man. There's a lot more stuff here for storing this than I thought. But then I don't need to do the writing to the database stuff. I would inline like half those variables. Yeah, pretty fair. Like all of these things that I just used once right here. They definitely should be inlined. Also, all of this stuff should be pulled into a function that I can call from these two places instead of copy pasting the world. But yeah, no. Maybe that'll be a refactor after this. I got parts, right? Yeah, we're at parts. We have an inner cached response. Oh, response from parts. Yeah, okay, so I want this. Not yet. Yeah, I like that I know how to pronounce this better now. So request to cache. Like, I'm not doing it with a body, so it's really just gonna be this. Not mutable. Oh my gosh, okay. Import it. I hope this is an HTTP one. Yeah. How about, did I do method here though, or did I do that in line? Of course I did that in line. Okay. Now this can just be a reference to method. Oh, it doesn't like the reference. Is method copy though? I'm gonna hope method is copy. Yay, method was copy. But I do have proxy URL. I think that's what I want for this. What? Oh, value moved. Okay. Yep, okay. Dang it. That's fine. Okay. Better? Better. Like, not actually better looking code, but at least the compiler's happy. I will take that at the moment. So we let policy, if it's storable, we do the write, and then that's about where I can stop in this part of code. Okay. I actually already have a policy though. Yeah, so I don't need to get a new policy. Oh, except policy isn't what I want it to be here, right? Oh, see, so here's... this is the one I don't love because, like, I actually do want... Oh, no, I actually just want to make the policy like I did before because I don't know if I had one from the file system already. So never mind on what I was thinking. We do need to make a new policy here. And request to cache. Oh, it's a builder still. Do I build it with an empty body? Okay, that's fine. What are you now? You're a result into diagnostic. There we go. Okay. Now I can make my policy. Request to cache. You could maybe do a fs cache policy option cache policy extractor. Yes. Ooh. Ooh, that's nifty. I like an extractor for that. I will. Ooh, yeah, that's a really fun idea. I like that a lot. I'll definitely think about that when we get there to clean stuff up. I really like making that an extractor. Okay. Or even a cache policy, one that fetches if required. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that could be cool, right? That like does the origin fetch for me in an extractor. That could really clean some stuff up. Ooh, ooh. I wasn't gonna push things into extractors that much, but that's pretty. I like that a lot. I know. I really wanted to let else for the continue. I don't think it'll work how I want it to. Well, first I actually realized I didn't need it because I didn't actually need the inner policy in my continue. Um, but would that have worked? Because a let else continue. Oh no, that would have worked. Let else continue would have worked. Yeah. I didn't end up needing it, but that would have worked because it's not an if, it's a let else. I love let else. I forget about it though. Where's this function and why can't I use it here? Oh, just because this trait I need to like be able to use. Perhaps you need to implement it. But I have it, it's here. I just need to like... I shouldn't, it's in here. Why won't you just import it for me though? Yeah, why? Oh, request of bytes? Oh, is this not a request of bytes? Okay. Does it need to be bytes? I don't really want to think about that right now. It might not need to be bytes. Does this have a default method? Aha! Aha! Did it. Perfect. Yep, let else is if where the else is required to diverge. Yeah, okay. That's what I would have wanted there. And if the if is inlined and follows after, it doesn't have to be bytes. Yeah, this doesn't have to be bytes here for sure. This doesn't have to be bytes either. It just needs to be something that I can call to vec on. I don't know. I've been back and forth on this bytes in previous streams, and bytes seemed like the easiest answer, but I don't think it needs to be. But that's the way I can get this to vec nicely. But it really could be anything that I could to vec, and I could have an empty body vec to an empty thing or something. That would be fine. It doesn't have to be bytes. Is it currently evacuate? Yeah. Yep. So it just needs to be something that I can turn into a vec, and I could either there's a trait that I could just use for that. I'm not sure though. Couldn't you just use bytes directly? Probably. Bytes maybe isn't serializable. It doesn't like being serialized, I think. And this structure is getting serialized. Yeah, I don't think it likes being serialized with Serde. An inner cached request is serialized with Serde. But maybe I could have done a Serde with or something and held the bytes and serialized it with a to-vec call. I think there probably was something else I could have done here because I'm using this HTTP Serde to do these. I might have been able to do bytes here. I would serialize to a base 64 or something. Anyways, ooh. That's a good one. Serialize to base 64 instead of array of bytes. That is a good idea. Or use a binary format for Serde. So actually maybe I don't need base 64 because I am using a binary format for Serde. I'm using postcard for Serde. Not protobuf. I don't know. I had heard of postcard, and it's no standard, which I don't need at all. But it seemed like a fun one to try. And so yeah, I'm using postcard. The creator of it has a podcast that I listened to a few episodes of, and just thought it would be a fun one to try. So I am actually using a binary representation of some kind. So actually, maybe maybe I don't need that then, right? Because we're already binary. Maybe I don't need to base 60 for it, though. It's an interesting thought. This could also actually, let's do this. Can this just be a bytes? Have I looked at... No, I have not looked at these serialization benchmarks. Rust serialization benchmarks. Cool, they have an interactive site. I like that. Maybe not. Ooh, okay. There are lots of these. Is postcard here? It is. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So these are nanoseconds. 400 is a lot more than something like 8. Oh, that's milliseconds though. Cool, cool. I've got to make sure my units are the same. I almost wish these were the same units all the way down, just so it was easier to scan. But that's a nitpick. Okay, it's pretty decent. Postcard. 412. It's not the lowest, right? Like here's a 240 something. 284. And then there's some zero copy deserialization ones, which are going to be super fast, I imagine. At least to read. Relative to best, higher is better. There we go. Okay. So postcard here is 50% as fast as the fastest. Yeah, no, there's some great options. Thank you for the benchmarks. It's definitely nice just to know the different options here. Alcahest. Fantastic serialization library with 0 overhead serialization and 0 copy serialization. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. 0 overhead serialization. To serialize a value sequence is not necessary to construct expensive types of allocations such as vectors. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Cool. I like that. The first one's name. What was it? I missed it. Oh, Abomination. That's great. It's also pretty freaking fast. Unvalidated. What does that mean, I wonder? Oh, is it just like reading the bytes? Is it like just taking the bytes and writing them like just writing them to something and like doing an unsafe block in Rust? That would be why it's the fastest to deserialize. Thank you for that benchmark though. This site, I'm gonna put this in my little remembery list so I have it for later. Love that. Okay, so we write it to do for the bytes because that's definitely a good thing to think about. This might be ready to test now, which would be pretty cool. We got a lot of stuff needed to get this working, but I think we might be ready. Does it build? Oh yeah, it's going to take a little bit of a long build just because we had a new version of Rust, but that's fine. RKYV, if derealization was the thing you wanted to optimize for. Okay, I think I've heard that name before. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'm just going to go with the letters. RKYV. I'll definitely keep that one in mind. Yeah, we're definitely not at the optimization stage of this, and for this project, I'm honestly not sure we'll get there. Just because I don't really think I'm gonna ever optimize this to be super duper production heavy. But I guess if I've thought about maybe using this for some sites, like I have some WordPressy sites that I maybe want to put behind some kind of CDN, and maybe it would be fun to have it be this cache CDN that we've been working on. Oh, and it's pronounced archive. Oh, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful name, and archive is way easier to say than RKYV. Archive. Yeah, it's awesome. Do you use gzip compression in Axum? Probably not, because I didn't do it explicitly, and I kind of doubt it happens for free. I wonder if Flive gzips for me. Yeah. Does Fly have a layer that handles compression? We handle compression automatically unless explicitly disabled via, yeah. So I think I kind of get it for free. But yeah, it would be a tower layer. Yeah, I don't have that explicitly added. I probably should, and then I can just go around whatever Fly's doing, because then if I switch servers, I'll have it. But no, I don't have that hooked up. And cores as well. So cores is gonna be interesting. I'm just thinking of what I want to do for cores for a proxy, right? Right now I'm just proxying all the headers through and not doing anything with them. And that might be the right thing to do for the proxy, but I'll have to think about that harder. I would definitely put cores like directly in an application. But I'm not sure what to do in a proxy. What do you think, in Justice? Like, do I want specific cores headers handling in a proxy? I don't really know the answer to that off the top of my head. I'll have to think about that one. Okay. Let's see what we got right now. Okay, so let's get fast populated in the database, or in the file system with a TTL. I'm not actually sure that was necessary because I'm about to clear the file system. Yeah, okay. Because now we're at a spot where it's in the database and not in the file system. Do the course headers somehow contain the IP of the underlying server? Oh, yeah. Yeah, do I need a... No. Additional HTTP headers tell the browser to give a web application running at one origin access to selected resources from a different origin. So I don't think so. That's like, there are proxy headers, which I don't think I'm doing correctly, right? I might want to just write that down in the plan here, because that's a good thing to do, and it's maybe before I release, get this released. Look into setting proxy headers correctly, because you're right. Like there are like the source header, there are definitely headers that I want to be setting better, but I'm not sure they're cores headers. But I do think I want to like throw either the URL or the proxy's IP in a header. I do think you're right about that for sure. But let's take one of these and let's throw a populate on it. X forwarded 4. Thank you. That's the one that wasn't coming to mind. Yes. I think that is definitely one. And I think there might be other similar ones that I want to add, but maybe it's just X forwarded 4. Okay. Well, let's see what happens here. 1, 2, oh. I think that did exactly what I wanted it to. Oh man, that's pretty cool. And now if I hit fast... okay. So it did have... Let's look at my logs. Okay, so we requested fast, and it was a cache hit. So we found something in our file system, but it says it was stale. And so I think the problem here is that something didn't match. Matches is false. And so what didn't match, I wonder? So I maybe want to add some... Oh. The URI here is the full thing. Okay. I don't think this is what I want the URI to be. I want it to just be the path, maybe. And do you support HTTP2 and TTP3? No, not really. No, I'm gonna go with no. Really only HTTP1. I keep getting these illegal header values for HTTP2, and it's probably because I'm not doing it correctly. But I only have thought about HTTP1. And I don't know if enabling HTTP2 is just gonna make it work, like you're saying. There's an Axum thing, or if there's something else I need to do. But I can always just turn on the feature and see what happens. But I like this big comment from Londmo. If your CDN is going to be run on the same domain as the main app through reverse proxying everything, either by itself or as an external reverse proxy, I don't know how you designed it, you shouldn't need to worry about cores too much since it's only concerned with the domain name. Okay. Thank you. That's kind of what I was thinking, right? And I am having it be like a full reverse proxy, right? So if we take a look at this, it's kind of in the main file. This kind of makes it clear. Maybe it doesn't. Everything. So slow.coreyja.com is my example app that I've been using. This is like its branded domain name, and this domain is DNS to the CDN right now. So everything that goes to slow.coreyja.com hits the CDN and it forwards it to the real origin, which is just on a fly.dev um, URL. So that's what so I think you're right, it's that. And then I kind of have an answer to your next question about what makes it a CDN instead of a caching reverse proxy. And I don't know, I'm making up words here, but what I decided was that, and that's that's the populate that we're working on right now. That isn't working quite yet, but that's the idea. So I have two data stores, the file system on each node. So this is going to be multi-node. Right now I have it deployed to, I think, New Jersey and London or something like that. But each node has a file system cache where they actually like store the cached pages. And then there's a shared database by using LightFS. So it's a shared SQLite database. And the idea is that if you get a request for a page that you don't know about in your database, you put it in the database and then you cache it to the file system. And then we're going to have something that's cronny that looks at the database that's shared. And if it sees something in its database that it doesn't have cached in its local file system, it's going to make the request and fetch it so that it's already there. And like, that's what I decided made it a little bit more of a CDN than just a caching reverse proxy. The fact that if it gets hit on one node, all the other nodes will get that information and cache it in each of their respective places. Not a fan of SQLite? I haven't used it for anything super duper production-y, but I've been liking it for my little sample projects and like side projects, because kind of is really nice just to have a file and not like a full, like, I'm used to like a Postgres shared database and then, I have to manage that server or use a service for it. And I've really liked just having files that I can shove around. And I've been using LightFS and Lightstream, which are two newer SQLite projects for backing up and making it distributed. And I've enjoyed it, but I've definitely not used it for anything real so far. Yes, not ideal for anything larger, definitely, right? Yeah, integration tests, you can just copy the file. Yeah. No, totally. And yeah, exactly. I do think there are definitely limits to SQLite, but I can't imagine I'm going to hit them on this project at the moment. But definitely not super scaly. Yeah, that's fair. I definitely am kind of using it message queue, and I didn't actually think about designing it more message queue. But like, you're kind of right? Because I'm gonna need to build something that I don't have yet. That's like, well, basically run this route every so often, right? Which is just gonna select from pages, go through the pages, and see if you need to cache it to your file system. And right now I'm just gonna put this on a cron and call it a day. But you're right, this really is message queue, where I could have like received a message and then done this just in time instead of having something that like pulls on a cron. Yeah, that's definitely an interesting idea. I don't have a specific reason why I went this way versus anything else besides that I kind of think I was excited to try LightFS. Like, if you're literally just use a message broker, you don't need distributed anything. Yeah, right? You just don't need to do as much work. I could have just like even added like a separate endpoint. It could have been really simple, right? I could have just added an extra endpoint that's like, hey, another node learned about this, and just done it that way, message broker style. Yeah, you're totally right. Yeah, I think SQLite is probably, like, and for this, like I said, I don't think this is gonna get crazy where I think SQLite isn't gonna scale for this, at least specifically. So I think this will be great, but I could always upgrade to a Postgres if I need it, because I'm not going to use anything fancy from SQLite. It's going to be like standard, like SQL standard stuff that I could probably like even drop in replacement Postgres if I wanted to. I think this might just want to be path. So I was thinking while I was chatting there, and the error that I got here was that we had a cache hit for fast, but it didn't match what was in the cache. And I think it's because I had cached with the URI of the full thing. And I think I want to cache just the path here and let the host header and where I'm sending it deal with that. Does that make sense though? Not really, but I think it might be what I'm doing already, so it might be the right answer. Let's find out. Well, it's in list, and there's something, but it doesn't have a TTL. That's okay, we'll clear it. Cool. Now let's try to populate it. 1, 2, populated. Now if we hit fast, do we hit the cache or not? No cache. Okay, so that did that at least though. Now we have a cache hit, but it doesn't match. But if I do it again, now it does. Oh, and I don't get the full output because it did match. Okay. So I need to figure out why it doesn't match with all the headers. And it's probably just because I haven't thrown enough headers into the thing. Because I really didn't throw basically any headers in. Oof, I have flashbacks to 100 gigabyte SQLite files containing a single table. Yeah, okay, 100 gigabyte SQLite file I think is probably pushing it. I think this is my SQLite file is going to be like a megabyte max, maybe 2. So yeah, much smaller size there for sure. I think 100 gigabyte SQLite file definitely seems to be a little farther than I'd want to push it. HTTP2 should be a simple action feature with no changes required. Oh, I also kind of missed your hydrate, but I did just take a drink regardless. So thank you for hydrate. Because I do need to keep drinking more water. And so then, just as you're saying, HTTP 3 is still a little bit out on hyper. So that makes sense. I do want to remember HTTP 2, but I'm in the middle of a commit, so we'll try to do that in a minute, maybe. So I think what I want to do right now is trying to go to my cache miss code path here and see if I can get more information about why it didn't think it could use the cache. Nice, go have dinner, hope you enjoy, and hope to see you back. Hopefully I am still here when you come back, but if not, thanks for stopping by, and hope to see you around some other time. Cache hit, stale. Okay, cache hit for blank, but stale. This is the one. This is what I'm looking for. So matches, and this is just the Boolean. Request was for some resource that isn't semantically the same as the previously cached request and response. Send this request to the server. It has added revalidation headers when appropriate. I don't think I'm doing this correctly. I am almost definitely not doing that correctly. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Should probably fix that. Okay, yeah, that's still valid. Use the returned request from cache semantics when we fetch from when we revalidate from the origin. And that's just because I'm being bad with my caching. So I'll definitely want to think about that eventually. Yeah, I don't know. Those 100 gigabyte SQLite files are gonna haunt me now too. That doesn't sound right. Okay, so request to cache here in main is method and URI, and what URI is URI? URI is, wait, which one is it? Where is it from? Oh man, this is URL. Okay, that makes more sense. And URL comes from request.uri. Okay, so we're just getting it from the request. Yeah, and I don't really have anything extra to output here. Cache hit for but stale. I think I want to add, what do we get in fresh? Oh, we just get response parts. You can use it with the body from the cache. No need to contact server. I wonder why I'm not. I probably should just be using the response that you give me here, right? You can use it with the body from the cache, but I don't policy. Does policy get the response in it? I just forget. Oh, it does. Okay, so yeah, I should probably be not using this. I should be doing parts. Not sure this matters though, but like let response, something like that. HTTP response from parts. Oh, but this isn't the right parts, so that's not what I want. Yeah, let's not do this right now. But I do think this is like that's what I want to do here. What's that to do? Use the parts from fresh to build the response. Yeah. Lawnmo says, not gonna lie, I kind of admire the mindset for a project like this. I don't think it's something I would ever attempt. Too much of a solved problem for me. Yeah, right? I'm not trying to do anything new, right? And that's kind of fun for this, right? Is like I know all the pieces here, and so it's just kind of putting them all together. But I've had a lot of fun learning like just how all the pieces fit together. And I don't know, I'm enjoying it. But yeah, I agree, it's not anything new. It's just kind of, you know, restructuring some existing pieces. I've had a lot of fun streaming it and made some good videos at it, but I totally feel you there. 100 gigabyte SQLite file is something you have to treat more like a database dump than its own DB. You need to ingest it into a proper database before being able to use it. Yeah, that sounds pretty reasonable. Yeah, I wonder, like, yeah, I guess just the file system performance on 100 gigabyte SQLite file is just probably not great. You really want that like full database that knows how to cache stuff in memory and do all those fancy things for you once it gets that big. That definitely makes sense. Okay, so I want to find out more about this. Can I just, can I do this though? I didn't think about doing this a second ago. Yep, perfect. Because I want to see the difference between something that I can and something that I can't match, and I want to see if this helps me understand. And actually, wait a sec. So this is, I actually don't know what I'm getting back here. Send this request to the server. Okay, so this is like revalidation request, and then like original request might be something different. Oh, I don't have, no, I do. I have this request. Let's call this revalidation request. Oh, wait, can I rename this? I don't know how to rename this. Is it like that? It's like that. Perfect. Yay. Okay, let's try this. Get some extra locking. Okay. What do we got on our list? We do have something in the file system. Clear the file system. Now we got nothing in the file system. Let's populate to get like what it's going to be really a bad entry, but that's okay. And then we try it. Okay. Matches is false. Read validation request has parts. Get fast host user agent. And the original request is a get to fast, same version. URI method, get, URI fast version. That's the same headers. Same host header. Connection close. Oh. Ooh, body empty. Oh. Is this an empty body versus a get that doesn't have a body? That's definitely part of my problem here. I think that's gonna be part of it for sure. Consumes this builder using the provided body. Yeah, but like... I think I need to do something that creates it without a body versus an empty body, which makes a lot of sense, right? An empty body is not the same as not having a body. So let's see how this is handled. I think it's this one. But I actually probably want the builder for it too. Builder. builder. Yep, get the builder. Yeah, builder. Yep. So how do I like finalize it without a body? Do I want to finalize it without a body? I feel like I do. But none of these are really finalized besides this. That's interesting. So, Rust, HTTP, request without body. It has an optional body. Yeah, okay, so how do I... Can I do body none? Is that what I want? Response builder. Oh, that's a response builder. Ah, yeah. Okay. So it's just an empty body when you're doing a get. But I think that makes a little bit of sense where this is a response of bytes. Okay, so now we're getting back to this thing from earlier where I don't want to store this. I want a request of nothing here. Well, actually, yeah, I'm always going to request of something because in this populate, I can't know a body because I'm not actually... Wait, can I know a body? Yeah, because I have the request. No, I don't. My database doesn't have the body. My database just has method and URL. That's going to be interesting. We'll come back to that. Decide if the database should also have the serialized body. Yeah, that's so we can make origin requests better. And like it might even want headers too. What about headers? Like, should my database just have all of these things? Maybe. Maybe. To be fair, I treat MySQL's databases the same way. I've been lucky to stay in Postgres land for the most part recently. So I haven't dealt with MySQL in, a decade or two probably now. Or I guess the only time I do touch MySQL a little bit, but it's only through WordPress, and I don't have to touch it much directly, so it feels a bit better. Yeah, I really like Postgres. I use Postgres pretty much for everything, if I can. Which I feel like I often can. Can I make this an option? Is this gonna like... How bad is it gonna be if I change this? I'm just gonna have to blow away the file system cache everywhere if I change this, right? Because we're not gonna be able to deserialize out of this anymore. That's okay though, I can blow away the file system caches. Oh, if I deploy it blows away the file system cache in prod for me right now. Haha! Accidents work out. Oh, and actually, oh yeah, I can just do this. This is perfect. Okay. Oh no, that has a if let somebody is that what I wanted? First of all, this doesn't if let some body. Oh yeah, because that needs to be B now. Because now I know it's bytes. Or no, it's a vec. I can turn that into bytes. Not sure that's exactly what I wanted, but it does get me a little bit farther. Okay, but now what I wanted to do was this. The easy way, which isn't great, but it's fine, is to do this. Copy this here. That, and make this a none. Huh, that might be fine. Yeah, so I think we're talking about MySQL. Yeah, the worst part of my current company's stack, and it makes me sad. Sadly, and then Laudmo says, sadly, my work uses MariaDB a lot. I mean, there are reasons. They also use the ARIA driver since it has the fastest inserts, but likely it's more legacy than proper reason. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to differentiate the justifications of legacy and proper reasonings. The original app was in PHP, so no surprise on database choice. Yep. But that was more than 10 years ago, haha, and about 7 to 8 years ago, the majority of things were rewritten in Clojure. Ooh, that's interesting. That's a fun change, from PHP to Clojure. And yeah, my boss says if he could, he would switch. Yeah, that's fair. And migrating a database is like, that can be a real big one, right? That's not, that can be a really, really big undertaking. Our projects are on 10+ year timescales. Oh yeah, that's a long timescale. If you can say more, what kind of projects are you working on that are that long of timescale? And if you can't or would prefer not to, that's absolutely okay. Okay, nothing in the file system, just something in the database. Let's do populate. Okay, populated with something that may or may not work. Okay. Cache hit for fast but stale. Match is false. Method, URI, version, headers, original request, yeah, body empty. Like is it the user agent that's causing it to be? Yeah, we're in like a period of possible acquisition, so maybe post-acquisition, if I'm still around, we'll be able to have the appetite for a change. Oh yeah, that's fair. Trying not to have too many moving pieces and stuff at the moment, I can imagine. Makes it hard to try to switch out a database, right? That's a big one. The longest running one is a suite of pest prediction models for the German government. Oh wow, that's pretty fun. That's a specifically pest prediction for vineyards. Oh, that's really cool. So for wine stuff, that's awesome. And it also makes a bit of sense to me for the 10 years with government things. Just in general, I always think about those being a bit more long running things like that. Okay, so I just need to like, it's not even about, it's really just this RFC. Do I have to like, I think if I wanted the cache to not apply with all headers, I would need to add some extra, the vary. Yeah. Cache vary header. That's a response header. The vary HTTP response header describes parts of the request message aside from the method and URL that influence the content of the response. Oh. The same vary header should be used on all responses for a given URL and the default. Yeah, but factors other than the request header's influence implies that the response is uncacheable. Yeah, but I don't think I'm setting a vary, so the default would be just the method and URL. And I don't think I'm setting a vary specifically in our slow server. Yeah, no, I don't have a vary header set at all. I really want more information about what didn't match here. Because like most things look the same. The host's the same, connection closes the same. The user agent is even the same. GCD HTTP request. What are you? Oh wait, no, that's there too though. Oh, that's part of the user agent. I didn't even notice that. Cache hit, but stale. It's not really stale. This is my message and it's a little wrong. Cache hit for but not usable. I don't know why it's not usable, but it's not usable. It could be something about the time, right? Doesn't really tell me much of anything here, though. I add TTL here. Policy dot time to live with the system time now. I'm like, why is this not reformatting for me? Oh, because it's a macro invocation. That's a little better. Yeah, at least in the US, government work is not usually the most flexible or modern in terms of tech stack. Yeah, for sure. And I'm US based as well, which is where most of my, thoughts on that came from. But yeah, for sure. Unfortunately, right? It'd be nicer if it was the opposite, but that's okay. Okay. That's fine. Let's clear the file system. Do all of these steps again. Let's go to populate it, put something in the cache. Try it out. It doesn't work, but I knew it wasn't going to work there. Yeah, it's got a long TTL, so it's not the TTL that's the problem. Cache hit for fast, but not usable. Match is false. Yeah, I know it doesn't match. Give me more information than that. Yeah, and I'm like, I don't have any headers. It's just a get with no header. So what doesn't match about it? Yeah, that one's been going on since like 2002. They're only paying for the ongoing cost of maintenance and some necessary upgrades. We basically run it as if it was our product. Data ingest, website, running the models, etc. is all done by us. The government just provides the weather station data. That means the results are actually free for anyone to look at those stations. We have a deal with them where we can sell that as a service to organizations in other countries. Oh yeah, that is kind of a cool agreement. It's also nice that wait, I need to read that again. Just provides the weather station data. That means the results are actually free for anyone to look at for those stations. Yeah, so the weather station data is free. Yeah, that makes sense. And you have a deal where you can sell it as a service to organizations in other countries. Oh yeah, that's really cool. That is a cool deal. I like that. But yeah, after the 2002, it's been a while. I can understand why it's a little bit in maintenance mode at this point, or at least from the government's point of view, it's in maintenance mode. Maybe not from yours for sure. Okay, so this matches is just not helpful. Like, I really need more information out of this. So like, what are the things here? Before response is what I'm looking for. Before request. Yes, this method. Okay. Request matches. Yeah, that's the part I'm looking for. Is the same URL. I'm pretty sure those match. The request method associated with the stored response allows it to be used for the percentage request. Exact match, or it's a head. Okay. But like, there's just so much, then it doesn't tell me where it fails here. And they don't have tracing, do they? Oof, okay. English here, I'm back. Sorry about that, Justice. Yeah, well, we were talking about German government things, so it fit right in. Well, the model results and everything from the German stations are free. The predictions are only accurate in a 500-meter radius around the station. Oh, that makes sense, just because they're local. And if anyone else wants to buy predictions from us, they need to set up their own station, and then it's a monthly subscription. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Yeah, and it makes sense that like the models on top of it can help predict farther out than just like the hyper local stuff, kind of. I'm probably missing all kinds of stuff that is important, but I think I'm understanding. We are talking about Landmo's a job for the German government, and we started by talking about it because it's a MySQL database and it's been around for a while, since 2002 is I think when the project started, they said. So yeah, about weather predictions for vineyards, right? Weather predictions? Yeah, about vineyards. Pest prediction, that's what it is, sorry. About predicting pests for vineyards so that they can, know how to help get better wine. And then I'm deep in the guts of the HTTP cache semantics crate, trying to figure out why the things don't match. And like I kind of am just gonna need to hop through all of this manually because all I get from the crate is the value false. Like that's not that helpful. Not working for the German government myself, but from Germany. Hey, that's close. It's in the same ballpark, right? I don't have any of these headers. I'm not sending exciting headers. Matches and satisfies without validation. So which one of these do I think I'm getting? I don't think I'm getting a revalidation request because it doesn't look like that. And that's if it's a head. Okay, so it doesn't match for the URI and the host stuff. Okay. Yeah, I did kind of see your German, and I kind of forgot that you had been gone because I thought you were following along with our German conversation. That's kind of funny. I could run the debugger. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I haven't run an actual debugger in a long time, but that doesn't mean it's a bad idea. It means it's a great idea. I just hadn't thought about it. Yeah. Do I even know how to do that though right now? First of all, do I even have that set up? Oh man. I don't even know if I have debugging set up. You can just do F5. You don't have an extension for debugging Rust. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I've used a debugger in Rust at all, and I've been doing it for a little longer than that. What debugger do I want? Does anyone know? C++ extension. Thank you, Backward Spy. Love that. This one probably? The one from Microsoft? That feels like a good thing to do. Let's install it. Or code LLDB. Okay. Which one, like... It's not like I never accidentally clicked the button. I don't know. Let's install both of these and see what it tells me. See if something's mad at me. Also uses LLVM, so whatever. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Yeah, we're gonna just try it out. Okay, but then I was in this method, and then that I want to be in this method, and now, aha, now I have the breakpoint button. Love that. Okay, is that like, it's just gonna go now? Oh, which one do I want? I don't know. Let's do this one. Oh no. Okay. Well, let's try the other one then. Oh, yes. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep trying and hit the button until it does something better. Aha! Yeah. Well, we're making progress. We got, it's at least compiling in debuggy mode. Okay. Oh, that's not the password that's gonna work, is it? Nope. Yay! Okay. Okay. Let's add a debug thing. Wait, can I not? Oh, I can add one there, but not on this line? Oh, couldn't resolve any locations for breakpoint. Okay, that's maybe fair. Can I add a breakpoint to external code easily? Helix user. Ooh, I've heard of Helix, but I haven't given it a shot. Yeah, how do you like Helix? Okay, so it seems... Oh. First of all, which debugger did I end up using? Oh, I don't want it to debug this executable anyways. Go. Maybe that was part of the problem. Yeah, that might have been part of the problem. It didn't find it because it wasn't in that package. Okay. Okay, nothing in the file system. Let's clear it anyways, just for the hell of it. Oh, that's database. Oops. Uh-oh. I didn't want that. That's exactly what I didn't want. Okay, well, that's fine. I'm just gonna have to... 1, 2. This might hit the debugger. No, it didn't, because there was nothing in the cache. That makes sense. Yep. Now we're gonna clear the file system. Okay, now we're gonna run populate. 1, 2. Okay. Okay. This should hit the debugger. Haha! Oh my gosh, it worked. That's awesome. Love that. Okay, we have our self, we have request. I think I just want to do step over. Sure, step over. I really could just run until I hit that breakpoint. There we go. And now matches is false. Okay, of course it is. I want to know which one of these failed though. Do you have any build config in cargo.toml? I do not. I think you need to enable debug symbols for dependencies. Hover over vars. Hover over the variables, right? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, so that's false. But like these aren't variables. And I don't know how to hover over like the method call, right? Oh, Helix with multiple language servers. Yeah, that sounds right. That would be cool. And so like the other thing is if this was in Ruby, I would just sorry, Ruby is the thing I use day to day. I would just be able to like write code in a terminal, but we're in a compiled language, so we're not there. What's this? Step out, step into, restart. Oh, let's restart. How much did that restart? Like, did that restart the whole... Okay, that restarted the whole server, which is fine. I just didn't know what that was going to do. Okay, cool. We're here now. Let's actually run that, though. Keep going. Yep. I just wanted to get clear the file system. There we go. Now populate. Populate it. There we go. Now do this. Okay. So we're here now. Boolean. What does that mean? I'm not sure what that's trying to tell me. Like I want to know the return value of this thing. Ooh, nope, that's the request. Hold option key to switch editor language hover. That was cool. It kind of did. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Let's Like, I want to know which line of these is the thing that makes it false. Control F5 will be without debugging. Perfect. Yeah, I should try Helix. It sounds good. I like the LSP, fuzzy finding, debugging, etc. all just works. That's very nice. Yeah. Okay, so I probably just want to go into like this same URI method. I can probably just do that, right? Either put a breakpoint there or put a breakpoint there. I didn't like those. Okay, that one doesn't exist, but that one makes sense to me. So now if I hit continue, I should end up here. Yep. Self.uri. Pathing query. Data. Oh my gosh, then it's just some bytes. 65535. Those are at least the same number there. Authority, data. It's just more bytes. Okay. Split it by lines. You could also step into. Yeah, so I think step in. Well, I kind of did. I set the breakpoint instead of step into. I guess that maybe would have been better though, right? That just does that though. There's not really anything to step into here. Yeah. Okay, so that means. Okay, but now I did run is same URI, and if it's false, I won't run the get. So where do I step into next? Okay, see, this is helping. Do the hosts match. Yes, we just do the get here. Step over. Step over. Step over. Step over. Step over. Step into, because I don't know where we're going to go next. Headers. Okay, step over, step over. This is going to be the get. Yep, step over, step over, step into. So does this mean the hosts don't match? The first returned none. This one returned none, right? Is that what you're saying? This didn't have a host header? Yep. Yep. And then we didn't make it to vary matches. Yep. Okay, so the request, which is self. Okay, so self doesn't have a host header. Yep. Thank you for the help in walking through that. That was very helpful. Okay, but I want to go out just a little bit. So this is request matches. Okay, well that was too far, but that's okay. Yep, request matches. So self, yep. So the policy, so the request that we have saved in the file system doesn't have a host header. Currently eating cake. Oh man, I'm jealous. I want cake. Take your time in responding though. Definitely enjoy your cake. Okay, so what do I put in the cache here? Yeah. What's origin headers here? Origin response. I don't want response headers. I think I just want this as this. I just want to add the host header. Let's find out. We're just running it. We're not debugging this time. Just to let everyone know. Okay, let's clear the file system. Populate it. And try. Shucks. But not usable. Okay, I guess I should have just debugged it. There was no reason to do it that way. Okay. Clear the file system. populate it. Request. Okay. Step into. Or like I can step over, right? I bet I can step over. That hit my next breakpoint. Sure. Step over. Step over. Yep. Okay, step over. And that might have been too much. Step over. Yeah, okay. Too much. Restart. Let's try again. I am probably not the best with a debugger, but that's okay. This is practice. I need to know how to use the debugger more. That's definitely a good skill to have. Okay, into it. It's not exciting, but we'll keep going. Into URI. Yep. Okay, yep. Now we're here. We're gonna step into get. I don't need to go into get to. Now we're gonna go into headers. Yep. Oh wait, how did we know that it returned? Let's remove the unneeded breakpoints first. Oh, sorry, I didn't do that. But I can remove that one. That one was unneeded. And then this one also has an unneeded one somewhere. There we go. Good call. By stepping into the .get, there it returned none. Do you see the return value somewhere, or do you just know it returned none elsewhere? I'm just trying to, I need to learn. Okay, but then I lost where I was because I was being silly. But that's okay. We're still in debug mode, so I can just clear the file system and do this all again. Clear file system, populate it, try again. You landed in the none branch of the match statement. I landed at the none branch of the match. That makes sense. Okay. So like this one I can step over because we know it's the same URI. Here I want to go into. And then into, and then I hit the none branch here. Is that what happened? Well, I could have gone over that. Okay, so... Oh, now I'm in the found, because now it didn't return none. But because I said it explicitly now. That makes a bit of sense. We got a sum. Yep. Great. Headers. Gets a header map. Then we're gonna get the get here. Yep. Ooh, wait, but I didn't make it into from bytes before. Yeah, okay, yeah, we can do some skip overs here. We're pretty deep here. I definitely didn't need to be this deep. But this is interesting because I definitely was not here before. So maybe I did get none again. But maybe not. Found. Okay, we're in found again. I must have just done some step overs that I didn't do before. Okay, but now I want to go slower. No, now we're back up to here. Okay, so the headers still aren't matching. But I feel like they're matching. So, whoa, that was fun. Didn't want that though. Policy dot, can I get the request out of you? So you have one, but you don't want to give it back to me. Great. I think you hovered over entries there. You can find you were still in there in the get to. Oh, okay, let's just try this again then. I like hover over entries and the get makes sense. Yep. Okay. Clear the file system. Populate the file system. Try this. Hit this breakpoint. Step into. I can go over that, into. Yep. Okay. Here I want to go into. I think I want to go into the get to. Right? In the get to. Yep. Yeah, but I can just go self entries. Host header. Well, okay. So I have a host header for sure, right? And if I step into, I can go over that, over that. I want this. I wanted to know what this entry was. Yep. Key is host found. Oh, that's the index. That makes sense. Okay, entry. What? Entry. Okay, I don't know what type that is. Hover over entry.value once you step into it. So right now, right? Oops, well, I didn't mean to click that. But you would expect this hover to work, right? Because I'm right here. Did I like... At one point I held a key because it told me to change what I hovered. And now I don't know how to get back to it. Yep, once I reach there. Yep, exactly. So... And I have entry, which makes sense. And like I have this, but this isn't helpful. I want this value. Yeah. Links none. Yeah. So it's this thing. Like it's definitely this. Ooh, what does this button do? Oh, I don't need a binary. I don't need the binary data. That's not going to be helpful for me. No extra values. There is an entry. But like I already know that that's where that is. Key host. I just need the value out of here. Step into. Yep. But I'm about to be out of get to for sure. Yeah, now I'm just back to get. And I don't get the return value. Yeah. Was it control? Yeah, well, and the problem was that it told me to do option. Oh, wait, was that the key I needed? Hold option to switch. So this is what I wanted, right? I wanted this one. So what if we just go, clear it, populate it, hit my breakpoint, step over that one, into that one, into that one, into, I could have done over for a second there. Over, into. Okay. That's that. If I hover with this one, is it different? I think you could also add a debug around the .get. One further. Add a debug around the get, but can I add a debug to the code of my dependencies? I've never tried that for Rust. I guess maybe, right? I'm trying all my modifier keys. Yeah, because what you were saying was like here, maybe I can like, oh wow, okay. Maybe. Well, that would be cool. I didn't actually think that was going to work, to be honest. That's pretty nifty. It also, like, no, it could have compiled fast. I don't know. I'm not positive if I think that's going to do what I want it to. Over that one. Let's just do over again, see if it debugs. Nope. No debug. Oh, does the debug macro return the thing? I don't think I realized that. That makes sense. I just don't think I ever thought about that. Yeah. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Why wouldn't the debug macro return the result? Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I also don't think that... Oh, wait. Is that in a different one? Ooh, I have 2 of these. That's dangerous. Clone the package and use a file path. Yeah, exactly. That's what I might do, especially because I'm not sure that I'm in love with, like, really I should not have to be using a debugger here, and this dependency should just return better errors for me and tell me what the hell is different. That would be much nicer as a consumer, and so maybe I just should do that instead of figuring out what's going on here. Oh no, I don't want to add a configuration. Which one am I using right now? LLDB maybe? Yeah. That's fine. These configurations make sense for me for the moment, so I don't think I want to mess with that too much. Okay, let's try one more time. You can also just clone the package and use the file path dependency on the left. Sorry, I missed what on the left was in reference to. I feel like that was in reference to something slightly different. Oh wow, where I can put this just like anywhere floating? That's a little interesting, but not upset about it, just weird. Clear the file system, populate. To use the debug executable cache. Yeah, no, I did get, yeah, that I think is, I did figure out at one point because that's been working nicely. Thank you though. But like, why? I feel like this didn't recompile when I made this change. Which like makes sense a bit. Cargo clear? I can do a cargo clean and it's gonna make it recompile. This isn't exactly what I wanted at all though. That was probably not the best idea. Okay, that's still chilling there though. Ah. There we go. Now I at least got an error here. It's telling me that this can't be debugged because it might not be a string. Which is really fair, but definitely annoying. Get to? Yeah, get to is just as generic. Okay. Okay. Well, wait a sec. If I can make changes, though, we can just do this. Let, first header 1, or host 1. Nope, I want the self version. Yep. Let host 2, yep. Host 1 equals host 2. I would just do debug these. Yeah, that's fair. That's probably better, right? I was doing these so that I could use the actual, like, I'm pointing at my screen like that marks, use the variable thing over here, but you're right that that probably isn't super necessary or useful. But let's see. Yeah, we're gonna lean into the debugger here and see. I would like to get this working, but we'll see. So I do think I needed to, so once I made my edit, I do think I needed to force it to recompile that dependency. Wonder if there was a better way to do it than just forcing everything. And I don't really know. Nope. We do all of this in paw at the moment. Okay, what do we got here? We got file system stuff. No more file system stuff. Populate. We got file system stuff now. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna go to the next breakpoint. Okay. Oh my gosh, they're like... I didn't think about the fact that they're like not easy to deal with. Debugging support is currently quite limited. Yeah, I think we're gonna do debug stuff. Oh, I kind of maybe confused some things, but that's okay. Just, is it no here that these are gonna be strings? It might not. This might still be mad at me for the same thing. Can I do cargo queen HTTP cache semantics? Nope. Package -p. Oh, lowercase p, I guess? Thought it said capital. Okay. I'm not actually sure if it knows that these are going to be debuggable here. I feel like it might not, but let's find out. Okay, unexpected argument found. So I'm going to go with that it didn't work. Oh, perfect. -p, thank you. You could add it to your launch config to automatically execute it on restart. Ooh, that doesn't sound like a bad idea at all. I don't really want to add a configuration, but I want to do this here. Debug executable cache. Yep. Nah, you had cargo clean in the terminal and it tried to reuse it. Wait. Now you had cargo clean in the terminal and it tried to reuse it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Didn't see that. How would I, do you know how to add this to the launch config? Probably not, because you don't use VS Code, you said, right? So I'll figure that out later. I think you were the one who said you didn't use VS Code, which is totally fine. Oh, you do use VS Code for JS. That's fair. And now does it think this is running though? Is this why it is confused? Oh, that's the configure button. Perfect. That makes that easier to get to. I feel like it thinks it's running. Stop debugging. Start debugging. There we go. Okay. Clear it. Populate it. Hit our breakpoint. Awesome. Okay. Haha. Oh, yeah, of course those aren't the same freaking header. Those are just different hosts. Okay. Okay. That was silly. That took a lot longer than I feel like it should have to get there. So the first one is the wrong one. Yeah. Okay. That does make sense. Silly me. Request to cache. This is not, it is not proxy origin domain. It's proxy from domain. You should be able to do this in your .vs code tasks.json. It should generate a template for you. So I think that's, oh, this is a launch JSON, not a tasks JSON, but maybe that's the same thing or very similar. Yeah, this is in the .vs code file. And add a build task. Oh, okay. So if I added a build task, it would then maybe run before my, or if I added a build task to the tasks file, that would run before my launch because it does a build first. Got it. Yep, another file. Task is something different. Got it, got it, got it. Yep. But these are the debuggers. Yeah, I'll look at that. You can add it as a pre-launch task to your launch. Oh, okay. So debug, this could have a pre-launch task. Pre-launch task. Can I just do a cargo clean dash p http cache semantics? Not sure if that'll work. Just a folder in your project. Yep. Think I'm following there. Okay. Well, first, I think I just fixed the problem because I think I just did the thing. Yeah, I didn't know how to do this, but probably because I didn't follow the right format there. Yeah, and I do realize tasks is in a different spot. What are you upset about right now? Oh, okay. Something's not happy. I didn't change anything that exciting, though. Oh. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough, computer. Should be pretty simple at it. Okay, sorry. After this time, I'll do it, I promise. Cool. Clear. Populate. Okay, made it to here. Hey, look at that. They're actually the same thing again. Hey, matches is finally true. Cache hit. Woohoo! We did it. Okay, I am still going to do the tasks thing, but now I want to do it without debugging and just see it like work nice and quick. Oh, it's still running. Boop. Okay. Clear the file system. Populate the file system. That's going to take a second. This now will be fast. Yay! We did it! Woohoo! It doesn't matter. Cue it up. Woohoo! Okay, thank you. Thank you, Justice, for helping me out with that debugging stuff. That was definitely a little bit new to me. Okay, so I want to open a new file. That's not what I want to put it there, but that's okay. And I want to put this in my... Not really there at all. Here. Oh man, it's like we're just like in a completely different spot now. Projects. It should be under projects, I think. Yep. Oh, and then is it not going to show me the .vs code file here? Because it just doesn't want to show me hidden files here. Okay, computers. Yeah, Mac OS. Yeah, exactly, right? Okay, how about we just do it this way then? Because this will show me. Yeah, there we go. New file. Tasks.json. Will you help me out here, VS Code? I was really hoping you were just gonna, like, give me a config. Yeah, just use the file tree. Exactly. That was the way I should have been doing it the whole time. Okay, so VS Code tasks file example. Just give me the format of it. Okay. Just a JSON object. Tasks. Yeah, okay. I just thought there was going to be more in here that I wanted, and this looks like it's probably all not helpful for me. I want to build task. Yes. So is that going to be my type? No, I feel like this type is probably like Rust or something, right? Values not accepted. Valued values are TypeScript. Oh, thank you. That's not helpful at all. Why is the only valid value TypeScript? That feels wrong. Oh, is it because I have other things in here? Missing property label, valid values are process. Yeah, I do need a label. That makes sense. Sure. Missing property command. Yep. That makes sense. Oh, test. I'm just letting like VS Code and Copilot guide me here, but I'm not sure this is the best. I feel like build is not the right thing here. I want type shell. Okay, that makes sense because I want to run a shell command. And then the command here is probably not this, right? This would be like cargo clean -p http cache semantics and cargo build. Maybe? Maybe that? So then... Yeah, that might be what I want. Well then actually, how can I just do the task? Run test task. That's not what I want. Run task. Run build task. These are for Go. Well, I did call it cargo build, so I guess this one. Label something, type shell, command cargo, arguments. Arguments. This might have worked, but it probably wasn't what I wanted. I'm actually not, wait. No, this wasn't, it didn't actually use this one. It used a different task. But that makes sense. Command cargo, arguments. Arguments, there we go. Then an array, then more of these. I don't really like this style. Like, I totally get the quoting and why I need to do it, but I don't like it. Oh, args, not arguments. Thank you. Not args. Wouldn't add the build. Okay, so we're just going to do this as a separate thing. So this is like cargo clean, maybe. And I guess I could call it, oops. I could call it cargo clean HTTP cache semantics just to give it a nice good name. Thank you. That's why I didn't like args. Can I give it a trailing comma? Yeah, okay. Okay, so now I should have this task. Run build task. So it doesn't know it's a build task, which kind of makes sense, but I can just run task. Now it's going to ask what I want. Oh, and there's my cargo clean HTTP cache semantics. Continue without scanning the task output. Sure. Group build. Ah, there we go. And then it'll be a build one. That makes sense. Thank you. I'm learning so much about just all of this stuff. Oh, look at that. Executing task cargo clean p HTTP cache semantics. Perfect. Okay, so now, in theory, I could even change something in HTTP cache semantics and just do the debuggy thing, which I think would do build first, right? That's the thought here. Reveals presentation reveal silent. Oh, okay. This was a task. Oh, wow, it even knew what I wanted to do. I want exactly not this, though. Reveal silent. Nope. Nope. Which only shows the command output if it errored. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I don't need to see this unless something went wrong. Okay. I think I saw compiling HTTP cache semantics, which I think means we are rocking and rolling. Yep. Go over it. Hey, it recompiled. Love that. Awesome. Okay. And I could clean all this up, but I probably want to just like cargo clean it away. Well, actually, wait. Cargo clean obviously isn't getting rid of this file. How do I get this file back to clean? Like, I could just delete this directory, right? That would definitely like blow away the cache. But I wonder how to get like just back to the clean version, because cargo clean doesn't seem to be doing what I want it to do. But that's okay. I'll think about that in a bit. Separately though, while you're here, Justice, I probably want to, or I'm okay with committing this VS Code folder, right? This is just, there's nothing secret in here. This is just config of how to set things up. Might as well commit it, I think, right? Unless you tell me I'm wrong. I think I'm gonna go with that. Yep, you should. Awesome. It's somewhere globally cached, it seems. Yeah. So it's like in my cargo registry cache. And I guess I thought cargo clean would blow this away, but it obviously doesn't, which makes, because it was working, if it was blowing this away, it wouldn't have been working. So eventually I'm just gonna have to clear out this cache a little more, but that's okay. Get the populate endpoint working. And we did lots of fun debugging in a debugger. Debugger. Oh, and before I actually hit enter on that, let's mark off this item. Woohoo! Create an endpoint to fetch any missing pages from the origin. Oh, I'm gonna claim that's done. I think we got enough of that done to call it a day. And I think with that, I'm probably gonna wrap it up here, team. But I'm definitely gonna do one of these things that I've been really liking. So what did I do last stream? Now this becomes history. Goes down at the bottom here. And what did I do last time? Becomes 7th stream. We copy these because that makes sense. Now they're not in the plan, they're what we did. Probably also add an extensions JSON and add the Rust analyzer and debug extension. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I should add, okay. Setup .vs code for debugging and for debugging. That's good enough for me. Then it prompts you if you want to install the extensions when you open the project. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I like that. New file, extensions.json. I really wish this would like just populate with the correct thing for me. Like it knows what I want to put in here. Recommended. Thank you. Recommendations. You were so close. And then like none of those are what I want, but that's okay. Extensions. I think this is the one I ended up going with. Copy extension ID. Let's add this one. And then Rust analyzer. Copy this one. Let's do this one first. Does it matter? No, not at all. But I like it being first. There we go. Cool. Set up VS Code for debugging and sharing extensions. Recommended extensions. Awesome. Okay. Today we worked on some of the admin endpoints. We improved list, showed the TTL of cached pages. We also added some endpoints to clear both the file system and database. These were very helpful in debugging the populate endpoint. Populate, not list. Populate endpoint. We spent some time trying to figure out why we weren't using the cache requests after we populated from DB. Populated the cache from the DB. Yes, should probably add authentication for those, for sure. I didn't think about that till today, which is weird, but I think I added a to-do item for that, but now I don't see it. Really thought I added a to-do for this, but I don't see it. Oh, wait, what's this next steps? Where was I just reading? Oh, make cache endpoints require some form of authentication. Was I just reading badly? Yeah, I guess so, right? Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, user extractor, middleware. Yeah, right. Right now they're just totally unauthed, so I definitely think we want something, and I do like an extractor. Is probably what I would do, right? Like, and you pull out some admin user that checks the token something something. I like that. Probably via some kind of Axum extractor. I like that. For this debugging, we decided to try an actual debugger for probably the first time in Rust. Probably my first time in Rust. Took a bit of figuring out how to use it, but eventually learned that the host headers weren't matching, mostly because I was using the origin instead of the requested host header. I don't know. The requested host. Debugger? Yeah, it's an actual debugger. It already got... there are also some crates to do it, I think. Yeah. Actually debugger? Yeah, I bet I did that. Yep, I see. I thought it was the vugger that I messed up, but it was the actual. Thank you. Typos on top of typos made it hard. Cool. That's pretty much that. Oh yeah. Just this Legal from stream, from Twitch chat, helped me get the VS Code settings all nicely wired up for debugging and building our Rust project. Thanks for the help. Okay. And I think that is about all I needed to add there. Oh, we added the extension file. Update plan from the stream. And update plan from this stream and, oh, add recommended extensions. Copy. Any idea how I could write that better? Still searching for something. Ooh. Okay, so we're dealing with some tuples. We have a function that we can call multiple. It's a function mute. It returns an item and an error. Okay. We make a maybe uninit of t for elements in the array. Oh, because it's an array of these. Yep. We write something. Error.write break. I don't have any ideas of how to make this better, but this is definitely a bit out of my area of expertise stuff. You know, I don't usually deal with this many unsafe blocks in one function. Not that there's anything wrong with unsafe blocks, just like, you know, the type of code I write doesn't usually need to be this deep in the weeds in pointer land. So I think I can read this, and I think I understand what's happening, but I don't think I'm the best to help you figure out how to improve it, unfortunately. Initializing an array from a closure. That makes sense. Yep. Yeah, because then... Wait, where are we calling our f here? Oh, match f. That's this right there. Gotcha. That's the return value of f. Yep. Error.write, and then we break out of this. Got it. Yep. And if we haven't initted everything, we take the ones we have initted, we assume they're initted, and we call drop on them. That's the unsafe operation here because we don't know they're initialized. Yep. So basically this is if you have initialized a few things in the array, you got to drop them because you don't. Yep. You assume errors initted here. Yep. And then you just cast this to the right thing. Okay, I'm definitely following. Definitely following. Yep, or else that's unbound behavior. Yep, because you got to drop the thing. Yep, I would have forgot this part for sure. Just because I don't have to uphold these variants as much. But that makes sense. I don't know if I have a different idea of how to do this. This definitely makes sense to me, and I definitely don't have any recommendations for you at the moment, unfortunately. Yeah. Like I have not helpful suggestions that just push the code around, but they don't make anything better, right? Like for some reason, keeping this counter's a little weird, so you could do enumerate and get the index and only save it in the error case. I don't know. That's not helpful though. Nope, that's not better because then you don't have the length size check. That's better. Yeah, no, I don't have any good answers for you. This looks pretty reasonable to me though, but again, a little outside of my wheelhouse for sure. Yeah, you need the length in it afterwards. Yep, you figured it out. It's a good day when you notice your data structure is so fast the iterator feeding it is slowing it down. Oh wow, that's always good to have that kind of problem, I guess, right? when the thing's so fast that the iterator's what's slowing it down. Yeah, I usually think of iterators as like, the fast part of all this stuff, so it's kind of funny when that's what's slowing you down. Okay. That's not the right thing for that box. That's the right thing for that box. Yay, okay, awesome. Oh, and that's gonna push to prod. That's great. Yeah, I'm fine with the deploy. No reason not to deploy that. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna wrap up, team. This has been an awesome stream. Thanks for everyone helping out, and it was a great way to welcome me back to streaming after, a week off and not do as many weekday streams. Anyone can clean your database, though. An empty database is a fast database, I'll give you that. And anyone can clear my database. Yeah, you're right. Anyone can clear these cache databases. But that's not... Oh, wait, no, those are new. You're right. They were totally non-destructive before this. But now you can totally just clear them. Yep, well, oops. Someone who's going to slow.coreyja.com might have to actually wait for the origin to respond every time now. You might not get the benefit of the cache if we get a malicious actor hanging out. But I think it's okay. I think it'll be okay. The good news is that this CDN is not being used for anything even moderately production-y at the moment. So we got some time before that matters. But good call anyways, because I actually kind of forgot that this was the first time we had destructive admin actions. So thanks for the reminder there. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up. Here is my blog if you wanted to take a look, coreyja.com. And the other thing I wanted to plug is just my GitHub profile. You can find me at github.com/coreyja, and from there you can find this repository. I don't have it pinned right now, but it's called Caje. If you want to search my repositories for Caje, you can see all the code we wrote today, and everything we've wrote on previous streams. And if you want to check out some of the previous streams in this, check out my YouTube, which has a playlist of all of the Caje streams we've done so far. Ooh, we gotta go learn World War I history for an exam tomorrow. Well, good luck with that. I hope your exam goes well. And have a great Sunday, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with me. This was a really fun stream, and thanks for everyone in chat. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you all around some other time. And with that, I'm gonna get out of here, team. So thank you so much as always, and thanks for stopping by. Thanks, Backward Spy. You were there the whole time. I love it. And I'll see everyone else maybe during this week. I want to do another week stream, so maybe on Wednesday or Thursday we'll get another stream up. But until then, I'll see everyone later. Thanks, everyone. Bye.